tired. But message to YouTuber PC King. Let me explain something to you about my credentials and what I do. See, all the stuff that you put down as schematics and your list of what you claim you have, first things first, checking your channel. I didn't see any PCs built with the specifications that you claim you have. Anyone can copy and paste anything. I can copy and paste blah, blah, blah all day long. Most people, of all people, PC gamers I know at the end of the day, and you mentioned something, you said something about forgetting a motherboard. So we know who you are. Because there's only one YouTuber who came up and explained a PC to us that he was building and the schematics, but he never mentioned the motherboard. Not only you mentioned the motherboard, you mentioned a 5090. A 5090 is a very big graphic card. You can't stick that thing in any PC you want. So usually most people have 5090s to explain the type of case. If they're going to use dedicated power supply, they're using liquid cooling. It's a big card. It requires a lot of power. And also, too, on top of that, it heats up. So a lot of things you're missing. You put in schematics. All you put in was basically parts. That's it. You didn't give a breakdown. And then going to your YouTube channel, we didn't find the PC. Because that's what we're looking for. My world is different from yours. And not only do I come from the school of breadboards, which means originally, I'm 56 years old. I've been around since freaking vector graphics and Pong. I built PCs on levels that you've never even seen before because you weren't even born yet to do it. But let me explain something to you. I build entire worlds. The very screen that you play on, those OLEDs, I got technology way beyond that. You see that screen right there? That's a technology called an SFEG. That technology goes where it wants to go. I can play your video games outside if I want to in direct sunlight at 50 lumens on that technology. It's a multi-million-dollar tech. And sooner or later, you'll probably have it sitting in your living room courtesy of me, which means the technology we're engineering for the future means gamers can play on desks, they can play on floors, anywhere they want to play. And they can do this at 150 inches in their backyard, in their driveway. I developed that technology. Now, as for you talking about the specification, let me tell you something. Anyone can buy parts. Parts aren't hard to get. Anyone can assemble these parts. If you can build a PC, you can assemble all your parts. I'm different. I'm a modder at the end of the day. We are quite different than what you are. Because we, at the end of the day, we go beyond the PC build. We actually build and design our own cases. We modify all of our parts. If I don't like my power supply, I can change it out any way I want to. If I don't like my liquid cooling system, I can alter and change it at will. You use stock parts, which means you use whatever parts that come with the system. Us, on the other hand, we rip just about everything apart to modify it the way we want to. So we can actually rechange or design anything we buy from the door. My desk, I can turn into an alternate galaxy. My floor, I can make sharks push through it. The ceiling, I can make it rain asteroids, I can make it snow, I can make it rain. I build entire gaming environments if I choose. And I can do this with projectors that cost next to nothing, which means it doesn't cost me a lot of money. Now, as of today, I got $1 million contract coming through. Yeah, I can afford parts that you don't even know even exist. But do I care about those parts? No, I don't. Because at the end of the day, we're all builders. But for you to come on my channel and make those statements like, all you did was show a bunch of schematics. That's all you did. I can copy and paste that anywhere. Where's the actual PC those parts go to? Because on one of your channel, the only thing I found was one video. And usually if a person has that many parts, if they're explaining that they have been doing this and overclocking, blah, 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 again, copy and paste anywhere I want from any forum site, you have to show this. So if you're benchmarking and you're overclocking your system, then you should be showing that on your YouTube channel exactly what your numbers are. We're not seeing anything at all, period. We're just seeing a PC with some colorful lights on and that's it. So yeah, whatever. I got buddies of mine that are all high-end techs at the end of the day. They want your channel also too. And they said, no, he doesn't even have the machine here. Where's the machine matching these specifications? So you mentioned something in that video. One of the things you mentioned when you're actually putting down at the bottom, you mentioned motherboard, about forgetting the motherboard. We know exactly who you are. Because there was a guy who got upset with us because he said we didn't know anything about, what was it, about computers or whatever it was, blah, 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 some nonsense he was rambling about. And then he said something, he gave us his specification, and he missed the motherboard. Like, how do you miss the motherboard? That's like buying parts for a car and you don't even have the car for it. It doesn't make any sense. So where's the motherboard? And then he described the 5090, which usually they'll choose the most highest card on the market. So you're talking about this card. You didn't even tell us exactly what case you're putting this thing into because you literally can't stick that thing in any case you want. Then you didn't give us the breakdown of basically how you're basically going to be installing this thing. What kind of modifications are you going to be doing? None of that whatsoever. You don't sit in my category. See, the difference is you buy parts. You probably do buy your parts, and you assemble your PC. That's it. I don't care what you overclock from left to right. It doesn't make a difference. I, on the other hand, I build my own screens. Do you build your own screens? No. I mean, I can modify and design any screen I want for my technology, for my PCs. So not only can I build my PCs, I can build the screens. I can make them invisible. I can make them ultra black. I can make them color. I can make them glow in the dark. I can make them from 150 inches. I can make it 200 inches. I can make them 300 inches. I can make them curve. I do all that stuff. Everything. So, yeah, my skills are much farther than yours at the end of the day. Trust me when I tell you that. Way farther than yours. And I'm not going to get into the program part. We're going to leave that part alone. But anyway, as I said before, yeah, I'm, buddy, on a level that you couldn't even understand. Trust me. I did a demonstration once where I actually projector mapped my frame. So my frame was actually on fire. It was showing a video of it while I was gaming in the middle of the screen. Yeah. And next week, we're going to be working with holograms and interactive technology for our screens, which means I'm going to basically modify the daylights out of a Kinect system and use it to integrate into a PC for games. Don't get me started on VR applications. But anyway, yeah, just want to come in here real quick and just give you that real quick. Some person speaks my mind, but your specification that you pulled up on there, don't give specifications if you don't have a machine that they go to. Because I didn't see any machine. When I went to your channel, I clicked on it. There's no machine matching it. There's just a picture. That's it. A video, or that's it. There's no breakdown. And it's only one video. That's the problem, is one video. The average gamer is at least going to have, even a gamer who's just showing up a console system, it's going to have more than one video. At least 10, 20 videos on that system. They're going to be showing like, hey, I bought that controller with it. I got this turbo controller here. I bought this new system to cool it down. This is my thoughts on it. This is a game I'm playing. This is my thoughts on it. Download new firmware. This is my thoughts on it. It's going to be tons of videos in there. You're just copy and pasting. That's all you're doing. Other than that, do I care about your comments? No, I really don't at the end of the day. Anyone can basically just write down a bunch of specifications on what they have. You don't have the machine there. There's no point. And the difference between my system and yours at the end of the day is that 1050 graphic card I have, that screen over there makes that thing look absolutely insane. Do you see what we do to a 720p projector that's not even a 600 by 800 res? That tech we have there can make your games look absolutely incredible without the requirement of high-end graphic cards. Yeah, we developed that tech. You're welcome. So when you finally can afford one and get one in your home, because they are going to be quite expensive for the gaming version of it, you have me to thank for that. That you don't have to go out and spend money for those high-end specifications, which are not even needed because our screens does all the work. You're welcome. All right, with that being said, I got to get back to work. I basically just want to come out here and just make that known to a guy called PC King. I guess what he calls himself. I got a buddy of mine. You want to meet him? He doesn't call himself a king at all, period. His builds are insanely crazy. He's a master programmer. He's actually a master encryptor. He's extremely good at what he does. He alters and changes the programs on his PC. He feels that they're too slow for him, so he alters and changes them. Yeah, I don't think you want to meet that one. But anyway, yeah. He has an amazing skill level. I'm like, what do you do with this? And he was like, oh, I go into the game and I change the lighting, the shading. He's one of those people that alter the game, make it look more crazy, more realistic. That's what he does. I'm like, I can do so much more with that. You don't mod anything with it. You don't make it do crazy stuff. I'm like, no, I'm not into that. He's not into that kind of stuff. He's into making the game look super, super realistic. That's a lot of freaking coding at the end of the day for a game. But no, that's what he likes. That's what he likes. I'm not a builder, which means I built this machine for him. He's basically a programmer. He designed my software for my machines. All right, well, that's basically about it. I'm glad we got all that out there. It's good that, I don't know, did you do this or not? I'm not sure and don't care. But, yeah, the parts you put out there, anyone can buy those parts. Anyone. It's no big deal. See, the difference what separates the modders from the people who build is that our machines are kind of hard to duplicate because we build things that are pretty much out of the ordinary. You know, like it's a female who came out there and built a cyberpunk apartment PC. Most insane thing I've ever seen. I mean, it was so detailed. And the work that goes into massive man hours, that's something you wouldn't see on a normal PC. So that would make my machine different than yours. Like when I re-engineered my Xbox 360, I took it out and put it inside of a UFO case. I put the liquid cooling system on it. I had a multi-fan, touchscreen fan controller. Everybody's got 360s, but you don't have mine because mine's different from yours. So that's why I showed you a few of my builds. And I've gotten to the point now that I don't even buy cases anymore. I build my own cases. I can build my case out of anything I want, especially cardboard. Have you ever seen my cardboard cases post? I post those. I just posted one a few minutes ago. That screen you see sitting in front of that computer, let me explain to you what that technically is called a flex. What a flex does, instead of you spending $3,000 for an LCD screen that they're going to charge you this money for, the flex allows you to actually take a projector and put any form of visual effects right through the screen if you want. And when you get done with it, guess what else you could do? You could take it outside and you can game with it or watch movies off it, the whole 9 yards. Yeah, that'll be us. That'll be us. You know, the things you got to do at the end of the day, the people at the end of the day, literally do not understand the skill level and where you stand at. Let me explain something to you. My crew that's coming in for my company, we're building simulators. These simulators are quite beautiful. I got one, a curved screen. It's like a perfect C. So when you stand in the middle of it and you're driving, instead of you seeing this flat monitor in front of you, you can literally turn from side to side and you can see cars racing along the side of you, in front of you, back of you, the whole 9 yards. We got one for a mech simulator, which I can't wait because it's an actual mech unit that you can actually sit in. I kind of like that whole Steel Battalion kick. Was pretty cool at the end of the day. Also, too, we got this Star Wars system I want to design. Of course, we have to get some rights from whatchamacallit before we can actually put that on there because we don't want to get in any trouble with them. That actually takes 3 people to operate the cockpit. Everybody has to work together in that thing. So that's the kind of stuff we're engineering for gamers. Now, you felt the need to get nasty with me. And again, I don't know who you are, but you felt the need to come to my YouTube channel, be nasty with me, and talk all this trash. Because a fellow came in there, and I think you're the same person. I really do. I do think you're the same person. I think you went and changed your account because literally I saw the same video on your account I saw on the other account. So I think you're the same person. But you felt the need to come in there and ridicule me on my parts because I basically made a statement to a guy who got nasty with me about do the cardboard PCs develop mode. But you could have said that in a much more nicer way, but you chose not to. And what did I say, people, at the end of the day? I told you that he was going to get upset and get angry and come back in, which that is that person right there. Because who else would basically ask me that question except for that one person? You then kind of gave yourself off on that one. Only one person came in and made that statement. And then all of a sudden, this person, PC King, pops up and starts putting all these specifications and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, where's the machine that goes to? Can you show me the machine? No, you cannot show me the machine it goes to, because again, and then you mentioned something about a motherboard, which we had a conversation with the guy who basically got upset and ran about how his PC was so powerful and blah, 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 and he forgot the motherboard, which you mentioned. You're all the same person. Do we not work? Do we not have jobs at the end of the day? Gee whiz Louise. All right, so with that being said, I got to go. Like I said, I got much to do. I'm a very busy person. But good luck with your PC, wink, wink, and all that, and all, whatever. I don't care. You can go in and complain and sit there and say, oh, I don't care about your PC build, man. I really don't care about your PC build. I got things to do at the end of the day. I got technology to engineer for people who want to get the most out of their PC and console builds. That's the difference between me and you. You go out and buy parts. I can go and buy the same parts you got. Big deal. Same thing. What, if I buy the same exact parts you have, what's the difference? What, overclock? I know to overclock my stuff at the end of the day. What else? I specialize in cooling. What else? What, liquid cooling, all that stuff? What are you talking about? Basic build, AIO, or are you talking about basically building? Dude, I build my own reservoirs and radiator systems. So what do you want? I can literally show you how to drop a system under vegetable oil and drop a liquid cooling system, which we started at first, in order to keep your CPU cool. I'm actually building a refrigeration unit that allows for the vegetable oil inside the case itself to stay nice and cool. I'm engineering that. And you're just buying parts. That's it. Cases? We don't use cases. I evolved past cases. I bought one case. I'm like, what the freak do we have this for? You know why I don't like cases? Because cases restrict modders. Only modder at the end of the day who builds with PCs will tell you from the door that a case is a restriction for us. It's like being in prison. We can't go where we want to go. We can't put our hard drives where we want to put them at. Maybe I want my motherboard to extend. I want it to lift up. Now I like to work on my PCs. I like to work on our open case PCs. I love open case PCs. I like to see all my parts. I pay for this stuff. I want to be able to see this. No use putting a bunch of RGB lights all over your system if it's hidden in your case. And I noticed that when you put down your specification, you didn't mention anything about liquid cooling. Good luck on the hot box when the heat kicks in, because that's usually what happens to those systems. When the temperature gets hot in your apartment, in your house around the winter time, your system's going to start to stress out because it's trying to bring cool air in, but it can't because the environment has hot air, which is pushing it back into the system. That's why I only use liquid cooling only. Man. All right. So anyway, when I'm finished with my toys here and here, my new one, and the whole new case, I'll make sure I'll make a nice little video. Of course, Run DMC will be involved. That's my favorite group right there. We'll put it in, add it in, make it look absolutely spectacular, which we usually always do. See, my friend? Look at this. I bought my own power supplies. That was an old power supply that I got. These even go in the dark. See that nice rusted paint job? Man, I can rust a PC, a box, to make it look like it's made out of metal. That's how good my paint skills are. You ever seen my Fallout PCs that I build? Man, the art job, dry brush job, we doing those. We make those things look like they're actually been sitting in a nuclear apocalypse world forever. Yeah, I do all that work, man. I even got a PC back here that I built that looks like an arcade. It's a store. It's an actual store that's a PC case and it has a screen on it where I can play games in. And the inside it looks like a little arcade. The things we do. Let me show you a little something here, buddy. When I tell you that I can make a piece of cardboard look like it's been around forever, like it's been through an apocalypse, this is my work at the end of the day. It's mod work. How many hours it takes to be able to get a piece of cardboard to look like it's been sitting in a rusted out apocalyptic world. Look at that. Look at the work we had to put into that. Look at that. Even gave it a look to it has dust on it. That's paint skills, baby. See that? So not only can I put a PC anywhere I want, I can take a cardboard box, use that as a case, and turn it into this. Let me show you something else. Let me see. I have my big board I'm working on right now. Oh, that thing has a built-in screen to its core. It's not even a PC, it's actually a gaming case. Another system I'm building. This one has a 200 millimeter fan system on it from front to back. All this glows in the dark. All of it. It's a fire and ice PC. This is electricity, this is ice, and this is going to be fire. This is going to look like it's actual in flames. This is going to look like it's actually frozen because it's going to snow. And this right here, it's going to look like it's actually made of all electricity. You see these things right here, ports right here? It involves that screen. So I can put a visual effect right through it, or I can game off it if I choose. Got my own kill switches right here all hooked up, ready to go. Bam! This is the arcade store that I'm working on right now. I'll get around to when I have time. Right now I'm a little busy. Actually building an arcade store, a retro PC case made like a 1980s retro store with built-in arcade lights, the whole 9 yards, and the front plate glass window is an actual screen. Again, as I said before, I don't just modify basically and build my own PCs. I build entire worlds. That's what I build. This system, wait till you see the customized paint job we do. All this goes in the dark too. It's all going in the dark job thing. But anyway, that's just what I do. Oh, PS4 modification. Yeah, drop the see-through window through it. Cooling system. Vents at the bottom to keep it nice and frosty. Yeah, that's my modification. When I'm done with it, that thing glows in the dark too. So, yeah, that's what I do. That's some of the stuff that I do. And when I'm done with that, I'll be out there designing this technology right here. Also, we have a black version too. Oh, the black version is actually incredible. So instead of you playing on your, what are you playing, an OLED TV? So basically you run the risk of basically images burning into your screen. Yeah, this technology doesn't have that problem at the end of the day, and we can operate these small little projectors and go anywhere we want with this technology. So you're just stuck to a screen that maybe what do you got, a 50-inch, 60-inch? Dude, you see that screen over there? It's a 106-inch 235.1 front projection screen that's going to be used as a transparent visible technology. It's going to have a nice little 3D world behind the back over there to transfer to the screen. Oh, and I forgot to add. There we go. There's my gaming screen right there. That runs off my PC over here. I build my own screens. I don't buy any screens. We build our own screens. Our technology can operate in fully lit environments. I have the first one developed, the first black technology that allows you to be able to play games on a whole different level. See that? So while you're sitting on your tiny little TV or a tiny little screen gaming on God knows what, I don't even know how big this thing is, but I know it's huge. I know it does a 235.1 setting too on top of that. And mine, the projector I have behind me, is running off a 720p projector. It runs through my PC that's actually using only a 1050 graphic card. I only paid under, I think, $300 for that machine behind me. Oh, we got controls here. I gotta start putting controllers in there so I can get my hands on it. There we go. Now let me see. Let me see. Let's go over to my library. See how clean that comes up, buddy? That'll put your OLED to shame, literally. That technology will put your OLED literally to shame. Because I can do things on it you can't do on your OLED. I've actually on a forum site for OLEDs to know everything there is about that TV to compare our technology and make it better than their technology. And OLED has that new transparent screen. Yeah, mine's 235.1 at 106 inches. I haven't got a chance to game on this thing yet. Like this. Do you like it like that? Oh, I like it like this. Cat's up there chilling on my screen. That's funny because he lays up there right near the screen. So I have the power to build whatever I want. I can make my desk out of glass. I can go in and push an image right through it. I can game right off my desk. I have interactive technology skills, which means bottom line is I have software I can actually drag and drop images anywhere I want them to go. I can Iron Man an environment. If you ever saw what Iron Man was, right? Like the environment, we move stuff around and interactive technology, yeah. That PC over there, the one over there, that PC does something your PC doesn't. It works. It actually makes money, a lot of money. So that machine works. There's all kinds of software and programs in there for me to basically use it for day-to-day business. It's a work machine. The one we have over here is arcade. I'm a retro guy at the end of the day, so I have a lot of retro games on there. So I need a ton of powerful parts. So what you should learn about my systems I have over here, what are they used for? See, everybody who builds a PC doesn't go high-end parts from the door. First things first, half the stuff you claim to have, you don't even use half that stuff to begin with. That's like something like when I had a 2011 server board. You ever heard of 2011 server boards? Yeah, they carry 256 gigs of RAM. I had mine at PC 3000 OC, and mine had 4 12-core processors in them. Not one, 4. Imagine engineering the liquid system for that monster at the end of the day. Yeah, before you came up with the Y adapter ATXs, we had to make those things, which means I had to pop over to my local Radio Shack with my soldering gun, and I had to figure out exactly how to split and put all those cables together to make a Y adapter for an ATX to run 2 power supplies through 1 motherboard because it was so demanding. Yeah. So back in the era where I came from, my age, we didn't just couldn't buy half the stuff, we had to build most of it. So a lot of us computer geeks were sitting over at Radio Shack trying to figure out how to put our stuff together with circuit boards, transistors, and fuses. That's my era. Buddy, I've been around since high-speed connection of 14.4. You know how old 14.4 is? That's really freaking old. So yeah, I was blessed to be able to see the era of technology when I remember playing on an Apple floppy disk in school and watching the generation of technology rise. Please, man, I've been around forever, man. Now I'm saying I'm the guru of technology? Heck no. I'm learning something new every single day. I don't walk through life full glass. Every time I turn around to go to someone's forum site, I figure out something new, find out something new. I always go half glass. I never know what I can learn from somebody. Even down to the smallest person, I can always learn something from them. So I'll always keep my ideas open. But when I have people come in and try to talk like I don't know anything, I've just been here. Man, dude, I'm 56. I've been here before you. So I've been here for a long time. Literally, I was here so long. Let me explain something to you. I was here before Radio Shack was called Radio Shack when it was called Tandy Corporation. That's how old I am. So I've been around technology for a very long time. In consoles and in PC. Yeah! Now, am I saying your skills aren't good? No, you probably have very good skills. But the way you carry on, the way you act up, flaunting out your parts at the end of the day, like I don't know what I'm talking about at the end of the day, and you're sadly mistaken. I don't just build PCs, my friend. I build environments, screens, anything from floors to interactive technology, motion technology, projector mapping technology. I can project from floors, ceilings. And now we have the power to operate in direct sunlight, which means because of me, you can go out and take your PC outside and you can operate at 9 o'clock in the morning and play Battlefield or whatever else you want to play, Call of Duty. Jeez, I'm going to do something about the community. This is what you get at the end of the day. Bunch of headaches. You know, I'm just trying to do something nice. I don't have somebody come in and act up and get completely unnecessary. Now, do I go to other PC sites and challenge them? Heck no, I don't care. I go there to watch the stuff that they do. I find to see some of the coolest stuff I've ever seen. I seen that guy went in and take out Xbox 360 and put it with liquid cooling. That was the most fascinating thing I've seen so far in the console system. I've dropped the 360 under vegetable and had it to run. You done that, buddy? No, you haven't. But anyway, I have. But I've watched him take an Xbox system and liquid cool that thing. That was quite impressive. So I'm always open, whether it be console, whether it be PC, whether it be new machines, old machines, whether you're using basically Windows or Linux, I don't care. I'm always in to watch something because I always find out something new about somebody. So instead of you coming on the channel being nasty and rude, you say, hey, check it out. These are the parts I have in my machine. What do you think? And I could have said, man, those are some fantastic parts you have in there. Can you explain some of this stuff to me? Because if I didn't understand something, I could have asked you a question and you could have basically schooled me and gave me some information. We both would have learned something that day. And you would have learned about the new technology that I'm engineering over here that's going to make your freaking PC setup look absolutely insane. But no, you chose that. Chose the road of stupidity. You don't learn anything on that road. Nothing on that road. At all, period. People never learn. It's just free battle, so I want to do. I literally saw the action figure for this guy. I finally found him. I want the action figure. I would literally build a case around this guy. I built a case covered in flames just for this guy. Now, this is the same guy who came and said, oh, you don't play any new games. I don't play new games. Rarely you would see me with a new game. Rarely. GTA, because I love GTA, but I've been playing GTA since it was on cartridge. You'd have to be old to be around there. I've actually had the UK version and I had basically the American version. This is when I had the bird's eye view. I remember when Channel 10 or 6 was complaining about because the game was super violent and they wanted to ban it due to the fact that you could kill cops on the game. Which I find kind of interesting because I got friends of mine that are police officers and they play the game. That's man. This is gonna be a crazy day. Like busy day. Okay, cool. I got orders to push to people. I got work to do. I'm gonna do this real quick. I'm done. I gotta get back to work. I got orders to just push you a few minutes ago. You know, people taking advantage of the sale before it's over. Now I gotta do invoices today. So let me get this, have a little fun here, and then after that I gotta go and whatever that thing to do. Thing to do. What the heck am I choosing? Am I choosing that guy? Whatever, that make a difference. Why do I have him? I don't want the sidekick. Give me this guy. There we go. Give me him. Alright, there's so many jerks about it. Who cares? Alright, let me see. No. I'm good with that person. Alright, over here. Da-da. Doesn't make a difference. Yeah, we're good with that. To the board. Doesn't make a difference. Just go nighttime. There's supposed to be lag on here. I've never had that ever. People talking about lag. I've never had it. The only time you get lag, you got really crappy internet speed. That's pretty much it. That's the only lag I've seen. But I've never seen where people say they've gotten lag from projectors. I'm like, where? Mind you, my card is outdated. My 1050 is outdated. I haven't had time to update the card. So it's an outdated card. Oh, he is kicking my behind this sucker. I gotta hurry up, because I got orders. I got to order right now to go right through right now. And I got people coming down to check out the screen, so it's gonna be a couple of busy days. And we got the advertising crew coming in. They're gonna be advertising our technology to the next level. This is gonna be some crazy stuff. So, yeah. Yeah, he was nice about it and said, hey, look, these are my specs, so and so and so. What do you think? That right there is how you have friendships at the end of the day. Not the dumb stuff that you're going to come out there and think at the end because you basically buy parts for your PC. Big deal. I could buy the same parts you get at the end of the day. That's nothing. Can you do what I do at the end of the day? Can you build formulas in order to develop screens and transparent technology? You do what I do at the end of the day. I could have hooked you up something really nice. I need beta testers badly. Now, if you got that kind of power today and you're running that, I could have hooked you up with a free screen, sent it your way and say, hey, look, we need you to test this for you. And you did a good job about it, we send you more stuff. And you do a better job with it, we start paying you for this. Because again, we said, okay, he's a reliable source. We can go to him for video demonstrations. Now you're on a payroll with our company. Anything we develop, anything we make, we send it to you. You need a certain projector? Done. It's sent to you. This is what I'm talking about. See? Well, that's not even necessary. Now, the guy who sat there and said about the mode, he could have been nice about this. Say, hey, did they get mode by any chance? Hey, I'd have answered that question perfectly. You have to be nasty about it and go, oh, I think get mode, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to punctuation mark. Like, you really got to be nasty about that? Really? Was all that even necessary? I need to use any of your specials. Was all that even necessary? See, because you felt the need to come down on me because I'm building my machines out of cardboard to make me try to feel bad for my builds. Yeah, get out of here with that dumb nonsense, man. People were building cardboard PCs long before I did it. There's a guy who actually put one in a pizza box. I thought that was impressive. Then I go in there and say, oh, yeah, it's a piece of crap. I said, no, it's pretty impressive. That's pretty cool. There you go. It's better to build people up than tear them down. It's much easier to build people up. But I had to put you in your place. Now, if you don't like it because I put you in your place, this is what you do. I'm pretty sure your mother and father raised you the right way and tell you, treat people with respect. If you came in my room and said, hey, did they get mold by any chance? I would say, no, actually, they don't get mold at the end of the day because there's no moisture coming from the PC. That'd have been in the conversation right there. That's it. So you're being nasty about it. You keep on being nasty in this world, there are people called the wrong ones. You will bump into those people if you keep on playing those games at the end of the day. There's plenty of them out there. There's lots of them out there. You have to learn to treat people with respect. You see me walking around on that camera? You see how I talk to people? Hey, nice animal, nice dog. People love it when you say nice things about their dogs. I don't care how big the dog is. Even when I had a dog one time was attacking me, which is that King German Shepherd. Did I say, hey, the only person I got a little attitude with is I didn't like the fact that he was sicking the dog on that girl and trying to intimidate her. And I bumped into both of them twice down here. I told you, you're bumping into people all the time down here. 3 or 4 times you're bumping into people. Treat people with respect. Treat with respect. You don't have to worry about bumping into the wrong people. Now, that's basically about it. Do I have any hatred towards you? No. What the freak would I have hatred for you for? I don't care. I've got too many things to do. Right now, I got to order the process right now. So I got to go. Thank you for your time. Hope you enjoyed the video demonstration. That being said, I got to go.